Hi everyone, Kidder on Rail fan back with you once again, finally, for a new release. I know it's been a while since my last video, the Richmond Expedition, and I'm happy with the viewership on that considering it's been about a month since I dropped it and it was about 2 months between the Shenandoah sub video and the Richmond video. But I figured I may as well get something out considering it's been a while, so what I have for y'all today is part one of a series of one-offs that I've gotten, like 1 and 2 train days. And this video, which again is part one, covers a span between about the middle of April and mid to late May. Now, I don't know why, but there's an overabundance of heritage units in this video, so hope y'all enjoy that, but here it is. We begin the expedition on a blustery April 15th. I believe I was done with classes or had a break between classes, so when I figured out that the Erie Heritage Unit was leading 211, I figured I may as well go see it, because this was the first time in over 2 years I'd seen it lead, and then the first time in about a year and a half since I had seen it, period. I don't know why they were rolling a lot slower when the head end came by, but my theory is there was a track gang working somewhere west of here, and they had a slow order in place. As you'll see here in the next couple of minutes, they'll notch out and start picking up speed a little bit, so I don't know, that's just my theory. So after 1068 came through, things calmed down for a couple days. I went to Richmond for the NASCAR Truck Series race on the 17th, came home, and then a couple days later, I was back out. Except this time, I was about 2 miles east of the B15.7 at the 13.4, waiting for 228 with everybody's favorite creamsicle out front. And I will say, this is about the 5th time I've seen this thing, but I didn't care. 2 days later, I was back out, except this time I was at Marshall. I was with Daniel, and the target train was 13R. The special unit in this case was NS4001. That NS4001. First time it had led anything on this part of the system since it came back out of the shop a few months prior. So I wasn't going to pass up this opportunity. I did attempt to give chase to this thing, but it didn't end too well. And besides, I had already gotten some good shots at Marshall, so it wasn't a total loss. After 13R, things calmed down for a couple days again, but not even 48 hours later, another Heritage unit had lit up the airwaves.
Dude, like
so,
right there.
Back to the 13.4. But this time, we're pointed the other way, because it's westbound intermodal 214 with the 200-ton glowworm doing the honors this time. I had seen this thing trailing as a DPU on 12R a couple days prior to 4001, but I think this was a lot better than seeing that. after that 214, it wasn't until May 5th where I found myself standing in front of another NS train. This time, it was Coal Train 776, headed for North Carolina. This train usually runs the Valley Line between Front Royal and Roanoke, and then turns east, go towards Lynchburg, and then into North Carolina, I think. But at the time, there was a crew shortage issue over on the Valley side, so they had been rerouting coal trains and sometimes even mixed freights down through here. We'll see another one of those coal trains here in a few minutes. Since I've seen one slow down like that. The loaded 776 had slowed down to a crawl while entering the Gainesville siding because he was meeting that empty coal train I had mentioned earlier. This was 747, headed out of Bellows Creek, North Carolina, and headed for 776's origin point of Shire Oaks, Pennsylvania. You'll see the reason why I decided to shoot this train in a minute. This 747 was another one of those trains affected by the Valley Line's crew shortage. Although the standard practice is for the Southern Railway side to get all the empty trains, this one's an anomaly in that it runs the Norfolk and Western side over to Roanoke and then up the valley to Front Royal, where it picks up the line to Hagerstown and then eventually to Pennsylvania. After this 747, there were a few small chases and visits to some different locations, but it was 2 weeks before I had another one-off. This time, I was down in Culpeper with Trevor, and the train in question was NS 227. At this time, a Norfolk to Harrisburg intermodal and mixed freight train, dropping the mixed freight cars off at Vardo Yard in Hagerstown. As stated earlier, the northern terminus for these two trains was changed to Enola for seemingly no reason other than PSR reasons, so I don't know. We'll see how long it lasts at the time of recording. So that's the end of part one. I'm cutting it here because I don't want the video to be any longer than 30 minutes compared to my last two videos. So there's that. And then there is going to be a part two to this. I'm not sure when I'm going to get it out because there's a few other videos that cover like specific chases and specific days I spent at a couple different spots that I might want to get out first. And at the time of recording, I have a big trip to Pennsylvania planned, so I may want to get those videos out first. But additionally, I may try to get a little bit more like one-off type content so I can maybe equal the length of this video. I'm not sure if the content I have left will equal that length, but we'll see. So stay tuned for part two.